think we are live. Okay, welcome to another session of Ask Me Anything Sunday. Basically, started last week. I decided to change this weekly AMA session from solely focusing on Facebook advertising to also covering YouTube marketing at this point of time. So, if you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising and YouTube marketing, in fact, not just these two, if you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising, YouTube marketing, general digital marketing, or even you want to ask me about email marketing, remember Andrew, my good friend, he actually hosts a weekly AMA as well inside the Facebook Ads Transformation Facebook group, where he answers questions about email marketing. So Andrew is a master in email marketing. I definitely believe you should actually follow him for whatever he has got to offer. Now, on my end, we have been doing this for 80 weeks now. I just realized this is episode 80. And for the past 80 weeks, we have answered hundreds of questions regarding Facebook advertising and now YouTube marketing as well. So I've been advocating about omni-channel marketing, or rather omni-channel advertising, because I actually started teaching about YouTube advertising, and the next one we will be covering some other aspects as well, such as TikTok and stuff like that. I mean, the reason why we need to do that, I believe it is because of the audience behavior shift. You see, one thing that we have been talking about is what we call the platform fragmentation, whereby we have already passed the era where Facebook and Twitter, maybe Instagram were the only so-called prominent social media, although they are now still the prominent ones. But I guess the power are really shifting from one to another. Like, we really see the rise of TikTok, as well as some other social networks or so-called platforms that does very specific things, such as we have Discord. From the Discord is really happening among the gamers and NFT world. And of course, now we talk about the so-called the technology change, such as what we call the blockchain is coming in place, and a lot of talks about NFT and stuff like that. Web3, right? When it comes to Web3, platform fragmentation is really a must that is going to happen, no matter whether you like it or not. Which is because the key topic about Web3 marketing, or Web3 as a whole, is about decentralization of the internet. You see, Web 2.0 was really the power centered and centralization, and dominated by platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Google, and stuff. But when it comes to this round, as in what is going to happen in what we're having right now, is what we call the decentralization. So when it comes to decentralization, it's really important for us to start looking at how are we going to strategize our digital marketing moving forward. So I really urge you to start looking beyond Facebook advertising. You don't want to just look at Facebook advertising alone. You need to build, a so-called a network of presence. I mean, we all love to have omni-channel, but omni-channel isn't easy. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of money if you want somebody else to do it for you. And it may not necessarily yield you instant result as you wish. So it's really important for us to understand why are we doing this. That's why we talk about platform selection last week. But then again, in this era, I would say I think it's very important for us to master a few platforms, like definitely Facebook advertising, which is focusing on Facebook, Instagram, or even TikTok is a must. Now, these are social networks, all right? So on top of that, we need to also look at what are the other platforms that you should own. Like we talk about, of course, you need to find ways to rank your website high, because essentially when you run ads, a bunch of these audience would not take action on your advertisement, and in turn they will start looking at like Googling you about what they have. Try to find out more about you before they commit. So it's very important for you to have a presence when they are looking for you. That signifies a very strong intent, don't you think? So when they're looking for you, how do you present yourself is actually the next key to help you nurture your audience and capture your audience. So I think that's something that you have to start looking into. That's why moving forward, I do really advocate YouTube marketing, because it's really the method that I use to so-called position myself as an expert in a very short period of time, and it really helped me, launch myself first into an international coach in Facebook advertising. At the same time, it saved my business. Until now, I think about 40% of my website traffic actually came from YouTube, and these are highly qualified audience. These are the people who have watched my video. They know they like what I do, and when they come over, they are totally ready to buy and to really learn with me in the long run. So that's something you want to look into. So I've got some questions prepared about YouTube marketing, as well as some of you asked some questions on my YouTube channel about Facebook advertising. Now here's how it works, right? If you have any questions at all, I would definitely hope if you can spend some time to go and find out some. Go and dig. Go and just browse my YouTube channel, because at this point of time, as we are making this video, we have over 800 videos available. 800 videos available on YouTube. More than that is not easy. So we spend a lot of time building that. And if you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising and digital marketing, please go over to my YouTube channel and look for if there is any answer that I've actually prepared for you. If not, feel free to post your questions in any of the videos on my YouTube channel, because that's how I will be able to capture your questions, and I'll be answering them on my weekly Sunday AMA session over here like this on my YouTube channel. So let's do that. All right. So I'm going to answer a few questions, but if you're watching me live, feel free to pop your questions. Okay. Because essentially, this is the whole idea of live, right? This is not just me talking, but definitely I would love to have you jumping into the conversation, asking your questions, responding to whatever I have got to say. We can actually discuss, we can actually debate, because this is where I spend half an hour every week with every one of you over there who is watching live or watching the replay. I'm hoping this will become something that can be very helpful to you in your digital marketing learning journey. We all know that learning digital marketing is a lonely and long journey, because it seems to be like so many things to learn and we can never finish learning. That's the idea, right? That's why I'm also always learning from other people, and or learning myself, in terms of whatever the technology is moving, and the behavior is shifting, and I want to be with you in this journey as well. So, okay, I've got several questions lined up. Now, I have first question that I get was really surrounding my YouTube channel, YouTube marketing questions, because I recently started taking clients for a one-on-one YouTube coaching program. If you want to build your YouTube channel and launch it into your very powerful traffic generating machine for your business, you want to talk to me. So all you need to do is you can actually scan this QR code, and it will lead you to a form where you can apply to join my one-on-one YouTube coaching session. Now, no obligations. The moment you apply, we're going to have half an hour session understanding your need. What have you got to do? What is your business model? And if my framework is able to help you, if you do, then of course we can work together. If not, I would definitely promise you that within that, probably half an hour discussion, I will give you some, suggestions that you can walk away and probably launch your YouTube channel in a more meaningful way. So let's back to the questions itself. So the question says, do I need to be a YouTuber to start YouTube ads? I see. One of the strategy that we might use is, in order to launch yourself quickly up, right, you want to run ads. But then again, before you run YouTube ads, okay, the question here is, do you need to be a YouTuber? Now, let's define YouTuber. In my opinion, YouTuber is somebody who actually leverage or depend on YouTube to make a living. Like those people who have a very strong channel, they make money around it, and they are constantly probably full-time in generating content for their YouTube channel. That's a YouTuber. But in my opinion, everybody can start a YouTube channel and be a content creator. Everybody can start a YouTube channel and start posting your own content. Like I have got 2 YouTube channels that have got more than 1,000 subscribers, and I actually just started another YouTube channel yesterday, just yesterday, as we are making this video. And it's totally something that is totally not related to whatever we are doing over here, Facebook advertising, YouTube marketing, and digital marketing. My second channel was about gardening, and the third channel was about another something else. So to me, it's very simple. YouTube is a place for you to express yourself. The reason why you want to express yourself is because you want to be seen and heard. You see, some people will say that, what if I have a very super niche that nobody will look for it? Now, trust me, no matter how niche it is, you just, very simple, just go to YouTube and find your niche, type in your keywords and see how many videos are there talking about something that you're passionate about. So when you see a good number of it, in my opinion, like definitely any topic would have a good number. So that would give you some idea about how people are creating content surrounding the topic that you're passionate about. That will probably give you some confidence that you can actually launch something. Like the other day, we were just talking about, I was just working with one of my coaching client. He's an optometrist expert. He actually wants to talk about a very specific topic about kids' eyesight problem. So he was saying, I'm not sure whether people will look for this or not. So we just quickly YouTube it. And turns out they were like, tens of thousands of videos talking about it. And the highest ranking video has more than a few 100,000 views. So that means what? That means your niche has an audience. Now, when somebody is watching a video up to that kind of number, that means when you come in, you have a chance. You see, when it comes to building a YouTube channel, a lot of people would say, there are so many people are doing it already. Why should I do that? Now, here's the thing. When there are people doing it, that means there is a market. And when it comes to YouTube marketing, you see, here's how it works, right? When a person are looking for an answer, let's say, for example, you come in and look for how to actually choose Facebook ads objective, you might not see my video first. You probably will see some other people's video, but the more you watch the video, YouTube will start recommending other video that talks about similar topics. And one time, probably in a few videos down the road, you will discover my video. And that is a chance for me to be introduced to you. So that's how you can actually get connected with people who are passionate about your product or your services or your topics that you're talking about in a very organic way. So don't worry, because YouTube is not a race to the bottom kind of like game. Because when a person is ready to look for an answer on YouTube, they are okay to open and to watch a lot more videos surrounding it and to watch it from different people. And just you need the connection and make them feel that you are the right person to work with. They will come on and follow you in your journey. So this is a little bit of like digress, but in order to start you don't need to be a YouTuber to start a YouTube channel. That's what I want to assure you. So if you're still on the fence, I would strongly recommend that you at least start doing something, posting some videos. Now you may say that, I don't have time to produce those high quality videos. Now, do you know that you can actually post TikTok-like kind of content on your YouTube channel? It's called YouTube Shorts, okay? It's really rising in popularity and there are more and more people are doing it. So do it. Start. Whatever you're already posting on TikTok or Instagram, might as well also post it on your YouTube channel and start probably getting some views coming here and there. If you're not getting much views, I would say all the platforms are the same. But one thing good about YouTube here is if you have content over there on YouTube, it actually appears on Google search if it's relevant enough. So that's something that you can consider. All right. So yes, the answer is you don't need to be a YouTuber to start YouTube ads. In fact, if you are not even having a YouTube channel, you can actually start YouTube ads. But I would say since you're running ads, might as well you start a YouTube channel, post some of your existing content that you already have on your Facebook page or your Instagram account, put it in and start running ads the way you want it. Okay, so that's the first question. Now, the next one here is somebody was asking how to start a YouTube channel, right? Now, this is a very, very powerful question. So I actually started a YouTube channel just yesterday as we are actually doing this video. And compared to my first time starting a YouTube channel, I actually started this channel, which is the Jason Gunn channel, I'm not sure whether in 2016 or 2018, but it was totally dormant for a while. Until 2020, that was the time where I started putting on a lot more content in a more strategic way. That's how we can actually achieve, 800 over videos in 2 years' time. Now, when it comes to starting a YouTube channel, what I did back then is not really the same as how I do it right now. So back then, I was just really knowing what is my niche and I'll just start posting content regardless. I don't care. I was not really looking for optimization because for that part, I have a lot of ways to create content in a very speedy way, like what we are doing right now. This will be repurposed into multiple videos as of this 30 minutes one-on-one, Q&A. So what I want to really create a lot of content to really, build an army of content to get myself connected to the people who are looking for me. So that's one strategy. But now, if you want to start a YouTube channel right now, based on what I've learned, I'm starting my third channel right now. So what I do here is, I think the first thing first, you need to do research. Okay, like I say, I mean, it's definitely whatever you love talking about or you love doing video about, there must be an audience ready for you. But you want to go in and see how other people are doing it. Okay, look for the channel that are already doing quite well, and see how they are creating their content, and even to look at those channels that are not working to see how they are creating their content. So we learn from the good and bad. So that's the first thing. Now the second thing is, I would say you just have to start without thinking too much about whether your content is perfect or not. You see, you can never reach perfection. One thing I want to highlight here is I never care about the quality of the content. All I need is I just need to have a content. Because if you are really talking about something valuable, regardless your video is like 720 or 480 or 1080, it doesn't really matter. All people want is to hear from you and the idea behind it. So you just got to start. And second thing is, you don't want to start with a lot of pre-built content. I mean, this is a bit counterintuitive. A lot of people would say that let's build some content first before we launch it. Now, it's good to have a batch, like for example, maybe like 10 videos ready when you launch it, because you want to create a consistency. When you want to posting on YouTube, you got to make sure that you are consistent, else YouTube would not rank you, right? So if you want to do like a weekly posting schedule, then so be it, do weekly. But you need to be consistent, because that's how YouTube pick up the signal to determine whether your channel is active or not. You don't need to really post daily like what we do now. Weekly is fine. But then again, you need to build the momentum a little bit. So yeah. But of course, we have some other strategy that we will do, like 10 videos. We will launch that, but we will actually segregate the really like the public time. But along the way, we are using them to do some like probably the back end advertising to gather some like views, and even to really build an army with that, to start getting high quality audiences coming in before we even launch the video to the public. But then that's a more high level kind of strategy. But then again, starting a channel is, because I've heard somebody who wanted to build like 50 videos or 100 videos before they launch it, because they say that I gotta have that kind of consistency. Now, I started my channel with just 1 or 2 videos back then, and even for the channel that I started yesterday, we only had about 4 videos. Fine, start, because you would never know. You know what? When I first started my first channel in 2020, when I first started getting actively posting, I mean, those early content ideas were not being received by the audience. It was not really working. So a lot of times you need to learn by doing it. So don't spend too much time creating a lot of content that I'm hoping that you will work. But what if it doesn't? Then you have like 50 videos sitting there waiting to be posted, but after you post about 5-10 videos, it's not really working, and you'll be like, I spent so much time and effort doing that. So yeah, so I would say this is how I've been looking at. And of course, if you want to go a step further, I would say have an offer if you can. But if you can't offer it right now, have an offer in mind. And the second thing is, you need to really have a framework to route your audience, to get them to talk to you when they see your video. Now, that's why there are many ways. Either you want to route them to a website if you have it, or you want to actually route them to your, like whether your Facebook page or Instagram. So the strategy is really, how do you actually balance between, social media and YouTube, to really kind of like balance the communication. So both things works together, it would actually get you a very powerful connection. Like my second channel, my front end is YouTube. I'm actually getting about 20,000 views per month right now. It's actually growing quite well. But how I communicate with them, YouTube is not a place to communicate, so I route them to Instagram. So I'm actually getting a lot of client feedbacks. I mean, not clients, they are just viewers and my followers. They come back and feedback with me whatever they learn from my videos and all that. It's really building a very good interaction, or kind of like two-way communication, because this is how you should nurture. Even you don't have an offer yet, you can actually start doing this nurturing by building trust. But if you already have an offer, then that's even better. So you actually should do that. Okay, so that's how you should start your YouTube channel, right? Eventually, if you need help, right? Remember, we have this YouTube Jumpstart coaching program where I work with individuals or brands one-on-one basis, where we will work together for like 4 to 6 weeks time to build your YouTube channel and to take it to the next level. Even you have an existing one, what we're going to do is we're going to come in and audit what you have done, and we probably will draw a new strategy, and we're going to implement it together. That's how we do in the one-on-one. So I like it one-on-one. Why? Because I've done this in a group coaching format. I don't find it as effective, because not everybody are comfortable speaking up in the group discussion. So I was thinking, it's good if we can actually have one-on-one and prove it's proven correct that my audience or my coaching clients are more comfortable doing it that way. But nonetheless, if you really want to build this, right, scan this and like have a one-on-one session with me for like probably half an hour. We're going to discuss whether is my framework able to help you. If not, at least I will answer you some questions, and I will give you some idea about how you can actually start your own channel in your own way. So yeah, scan on this QR code and apply for the Jumpstart coaching program. Okay, now the next question I have about my YouTube marketing side is somebody was asking, can YouTube marketing work for e-commerce business? The answer is absolute yes. Now, whether you are actually having your e-commerce store or you are doing some e-commerce affiliate marketing kind of stuff, both are powerful actually if you have a YouTube channel or YouTube marketing done right. So here's how it works, right? Let's talk about the first scenario. If you have your own brand, your own products, if you have your own e-commerce store, now, you have to remember when you run ads, okay, and introduce people to your product or services, driving people to your website, or even if you're selling on Marketplace, driving people to Shopee, driving people to everywhere else. Well, especially if you're selling something higher ticket, right, before they commit and decide to buy from you, what they would do, they would actually Google the product. I mean, especially if you're, let's say, for example, you are buying like a gimbal, for example, all right? If you're buying a gimbal, before I decide, let's say if I see the ad, you actually put yourself, you have a website, you run some Google ads or whatnot, right? When I see your ad, I come over, or you run Facebook ads. I come over and look at your product. I kind of like it. But then again, right, eventually, when I Google for some information about how to use the gimbal, what do you think if I am the video that I watch is really coming from you and say, oh, okay, this is the guy that I actually saw? I mean, even if you're not the first brand that they saw or the first website that they saw, because you have a video talking about a product and you say that, oh, we have it in our website, you can actually buy, and we offer some consultation to teach you how to use it right and all that. Do you think you're able to capture this audience and sell instead of they buy from someone else? Do you think you have a higher chance to really get them to buy from you instead of someone else? So that's how the power of this. So it's really powerful. So all you need to do is you start doing a lot of content. In fact, I believe you're selling a gimbal. There are so many content you can create. So I would say seriously start looking at it. It's really powerful if you do it right. Now, if you're doing affiliate marketing, the other day I was just talking to a client, a coaching client. What they are doing here is they're doing affiliate marketing. What they do is they build a huge fan base on their Facebook page, and what they do now is they are posting daily, hoping people will see it and click on the affiliate link so that they can make money out of it. But the problem about Facebook is this: the click-through rate, or even I'm not talking about the click-through rate, the organic reach is pathetic right now. So even you have a few 100,000 fan base on your Facebook page, you're only reaching a fraction of them. And how many percent of them will click on the link, and how much money can you make from it? So it's pathetic, because that's how Facebook is working right now. But if you imagine, if you create a content, let's take gimbal, for example. If you do a good video about a specific product or specific brand of the gimbal, you create some content about it, all right? And then after that, you post it on YouTube. This gimbal or this model of gimbal can at least last for a year or two. I would say at least a year or two, all right? So within this a year or two, whoever who watched this video, you tell them that, oh, we have a link to buy. When they click, you are earning from the affiliate. So which one is more powerful? Posting it on Facebook, which probably will last for a day or two, but posting it on YouTube, which it will actually keep growing and growing. Who knows, you might hit a few 100,000 views. You start making money from the ads. At the same time, you start making money from the affiliate. You continue to make money from the affiliate link. And what if you stop working with this brand? I mean, just bloody change a new brand, isn't it? Bloody change. Let's say you have a follow-up one. You can actually, there are a lot of strategies if you are actually moving from one version or one model of a product to another version of a product. It's actually very powerful. So that's really something that I want to highlight to you. I mean, I worked with affiliate platform before on building a YouTube channel that works for them. It's powerful. Trust me. Stop looking at only Facebook or Twitter or Instagram to help you grow your affiliate business. Do YouTube. It's going to be totally different. Okay, so like I said, if you want to really do this, I mean, just apply for the Jumpstart coaching program, the YouTube Jumpstart coaching program, and let's have a discussion. Well, we can actually discuss about a strategy, about the possibilities, because the more I'm able to understand your business model, the more I'm able to give you some tailored so-called, like opinion or suggestions to really go about on building your channel that can actually bring you really powerful traffic and revenue. So yeah, click on this and scan. Regardless you take up the coaching program or not, let's have a discussion. All right, so I think that's pretty much it that I have on the YouTube side. I want to quickly go through some questions that I get on my YouTube channel about Facebook advertising. Now, Min Chen is asking, the ad performance example like comment and all that was shown in the Facebook post also. Now, this is a very good question. Here's the thing, when you're running ads on Facebook, there are many ways, okay? In fact, there are two ways. One way is you create a completely new post for the advertisement purpose, which is what we call the dark post. Now, in this situation, in this scenario, that particular advertisement or so-called the dark post will not be published on your Facebook page. All right, will not be published on your Facebook page. However, you can choose to publish it onto your Facebook page by doing a workaround at the back end. Now, you can actually go to my YouTube channel and search for posting Facebook ad to Facebook page. There is a video that I walk you through on how to do that, and it's still working up to today. So that's something that you can do. So if you post an ad into your Facebook page, so basically they are actually the same post. All right. So whatever view or like or comment that you're getting on the advertisement itself will be shown on the post. Actually the same post that you have published on your Facebook page. So that's how it works. Now, the other way around is you can actually run ads on Facebook, creating a Facebook ads using an existing post. All right. So when you're using an existing post means we are selecting from a post that you have already published on your Facebook page and turn it into an advertisement. So when this happens, okay, basically we are using the post to run ads. So all the comments and likes that we are getting from running the ad will also be seen on the page as well, saying that, wow, this page, this post has got a lot of likes and comments and all that. It's awesome. So it works that way. Okay. So yeah, either way it works. So it depends on how you want to do it. But nonetheless, you need to understand the implication. All right. So thanks for the question. Now, the next question I have is actually from Lil Pex. So he is actually posting on my video talking about what is Facebook Marketing Partner Program, what are the benefits and stuff like that. I actually did a video about that because we are actually now they call it a Meta Business Partner, which is as a business partner, we need to actually qualify as, there are two tiers now, used to be three. Now, two tiers, the first tier is if you actually spend more than $5,000 in the last 6 months, you are eligible to apply. However, I am told that this program is not available in every countries in the world. In fact, they just launched in Malaysia about 3 years ago. And that's when we got into the program. And I think they actually launched in Iraq just about a year plus ago. So as we are making this video, of course. So when they are new in your country, it might take some time for them to kind of like talk to you and offer you this. But nonetheless, you can actually go and Google, Meta Marketing Partner right now. Used to be Facebook Marketing Partner, and they should land you to a page where you can apply. So applying is the only thing that you can do right now. So once you apply, they will actually scan you through, and when you're eligible, they will invite you to join the program. So Leopax is asking, you have dubbed about a partner, I would say, right? I'm not sure about what panel, but I'm assuming that you're posting on a partner program. You're talking about a partner. Could you help me to solve them? I'm not sure about your problem, but nonetheless, if you're talking about you are not able to get into the partner program, that's not something that I can help you with. In fact, I tried to help my client from Iraq. We couldn't actually get a workaround. So you still have to find your way to kind of apply, because everything for this part of the thing, everything has got a procedure. So you just have to go through that. Okay, Leopax, thanks for the question. Now the third one that I get here is, this is somebody actually posted on my my Facebook page as a message. So he or she is asking, you want to know how long may Facebook catalog take to update when you add and edit an item on Shopee? Depends. In most of the time when we are building a catalog, usually we go by instant synchronization. But it depends. When I say instant, it may not be that instant, because it's about how often Facebook will send the bot over to crawl on Shopee's database to get the latest updated things over. So I would say give it safely about 24 hours. I think that should be sufficient. because based on our past experience, whenever we edit a product on our, I think it happened within a few hours time. But let's give and take maybe 24 hours. If not, then you probably want to check with them about, if there's any error in looking into your panel, if there's any error happening in your catalog synchronization. But I think if you're talking about Shopee, that's CPaaS, right? You won't be able to do anything. Yeah, it's all Shopee. So it should be quite instant, especially for platforms like Shopee, Lazada. They have some priority kind of access to certain things, I believe. So yeah, so that's how things can be done on the end. So usually it's instant or within a few hours, but give and take 24 hours. Like I said, Shopee should have some priority treatment on this part. Okay, that's all the questions that I have. Basically, that's how we do it, right? Every single week, every week on Sunday, I will actually go live over here on my YouTube channel, mainly on the YouTube channel right now, as well as my Facebook page, to answer some questions you have about Facebook advertising and YouTube marketing. Now that we actually kind of expanded, it's not just Facebook advertising, we also talk about YouTube marketing, but nonetheless, anything about digital marketing, you can raise your questions and I'm happy to answer them. But don't expect me to reply to your comment, all right? Because like, as you can see, a lot of things can't be explained via words, so I would prefer to talk to you like this. So, nonetheless, join me every Sunday night. That's where we can actually chat and, you can actually put in your comment and all that. We can actually have some discussion. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. We have a question coming from somebody here. I think it's actually Jasmine. Facebook lead generation ads, a lot of fake leads, how to avoid. When you say fake leads means non-qualified leads, or when you call them, they say, oh, I did not fill up this, or I actually kind of like, I pressed wrongly, or I actually did not do this. How do you get my phone number? I'll sue you, right? So yeah, how can we avoid this kind of situation from happening? First thing first, I would say it's impossible to avoid 100%. But then again, we can actually try to reduce the so-called the possibility of this. But nonetheless, when we are running ads, I want to put this upfront. Usually, 80% of the leads are not ready. 20% of the leads are, qualified and nurturable. Usually, it's that kind of ratio. But nonetheless, for those even not ready, we want to make sure that they are the right people, even if they are not ready. So, how to avoid leads, fake leads? I think the first thing we will do here is we increase the complexity of the lead form. Meaning that instead of just ask phone number, email address, and something, ask for more questions to qualify them. Like the other day, one of my coaching clients actually created a lead form with like what? I don't know. 10 questions. Insane. 10 questions. It's very interesting. So that's how I do it. So that's what he did, and it's quite interesting. But I would say maybe not 10. Just create another like 2 to 3 questions to qualify them, because that will stop those people who are not genuine from going through. So you can ask some further questions like, what's your budget? What's your preference on certain things and stuff like that. That should work. And on top of that, maybe working on your audience targeting a little bit. Like on the, basically an ad works on 3 angles, right? What makes a good Facebook ads is always about how can we actually send the right message to the right people to get them to take the right action. So since you choose objective, that one is out. You got to work on your creative. Make sure that you really deliver the message about what you want them to do and what is it all about, to filter out those who are not ready for what you have got to offer. And the audience would be the last part, because usually I would believe your audience targeting is the right one. So yeah, so that's what I would do. All right, thanks for the question, Jasmine. Okay, so I think that's it. Thanks for joining me in this session. And if you're watching the replay or listening to the replay as a podcast, thank you so much for listening up to now. I'll see you next week. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.